welcome everyone. My name is Karen Liu, and I am the principal of Woodland Adult Education. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation celebration of the class of 2021. At this time, I would like to recognize and thank our Board of Trustees who are in attendance this evening. Jake Whitaker, our President, Rogelio Villagrana, Vice President, Deborah Batista Zavala, Clerk, Morgan Childers, Candace Richardson Fowler, and Noel J. Rodriguez. Thank you. Also, a special thank you to Tom Pritchard, my superintendent. I am so grateful to you, Tom, for all of your leadership and support in my 4 years in being in this district, but especially in this last year through the pandemic. Also, to Jacob Holt, your support has meant the world to me as well. Thank you so much. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Jacob is our Director of College and Career Readiness, so thank you, Jacob. I would also like to say thank you to Pioneer High School Principal Sandy Reese and her team for their hospitality. If you notice, we had beautiful flowers standing, and unfortunately the wind has knocked them over, but these were created by the floral design class here at Pioneer High School, and I think the students did an outstanding job on them. Tonight's ceremony would not be possible without the wonderful, dedicated staff at Woodland Adult Education. Thank you to my teaching staff, Eddie Allen, Noreen Ashgar, Jim Cropper, Cece Dracia, Brenda Harris, Jeff Hulbert, Tracy Kitts, Pam Landerman, Nina Locker, Julie Mast, Lisa Patterson, Heidi Pa Wines, Stan Thomas, and Dean Yamasaki. I would also like to recognize, yes, please give them a hand because they are a wonderful, dedicated, amazing group of teachers. When you hear the stories from our student speakers tonight, I think you will truly get a heart and get a feel for our heart here at Adult Ed, and it is because of the wonderful staff that we have. So thank you to all of you. I couldn't do this without you. Also, I would like to say thank you and recognize my classified staff. They are support and the support and the glue that hold us all together. Carmen Arriaga, Eric Banuelos, Dora Franco, Luis Santos, Rachel Silguero, Sonia Martinez, and Erica Zarate. I have a great team here at Woodland Adult Education. To our graduates, each of you had your own individual journey and reason for wanting to earn your high school diploma or high school equivalency. You came to Woodland Adult Education having experienced setbacks and obstacles, both personally and academically, yet you were able to look beyond these barriers and focus on your many goals. Many of you simply needed an alternative pathway to achieve your success. We are a unique school. I think all of you can attest to that after spending time with us. And we have unique students. I am especially proud that Woodland Adult Education is here for our students who needed a second chance. As I think about the graduating class of 2021, I'm reminded of a quote by the late poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou, and I would like to share Miss Maya's words with you. Miss Maya said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. Please remember that your difficulties do not define you. They simply strengthen your ability to overcome." Many of you have truly transformed your lives, oftentimes against seemingly impossible odds. You were not defeated. You decided it was time for a change, and you had the courage and the resiliency to do something about it. You overcame difficulties and defied the odds in your own lives, and you are now stronger because of it. Continue to defy the odds that may come against you. Make the decision to continue to pursue your goals and to strive to achieve them. Never stop believing in yourselves and never stop believing in your abilities. You are amazing individuals, and your teachers and I are very proud of all of you. It is now my honor to introduce our first student speaker, Miss Adela Avalos. Adela, would you please come to the stage?
My Lord. Hi everybody. I have two, but one is a poem. Let me see if Mother Nature can help me. Okay, there. Okay. Who am I? ¿Quién soy? Should I get a DNA test? ¿Debía que tener una prueba de DNA to find where I came from? Para saber dónde vino? Who am I? I was a daughter. ¿Quién soy? Yo era una hija. Who am I? ¿Quién soy? I'm a sister and an aunt. Soy una hermana y una tía. Who am I? ¿Quién soy? I got married, me casé. That was my choice. Esa era mi decisión. I'm a wife and a daughter of 3. Soy una esposa y soy una madre de 3. That was my choice too. Who am I? I became a grandmother y me volví una abuela. That was not my choice. Esa no era mi decisión. But it comes when, but it comes when you have children. Pero eso viene cuando tienes familia. Who am I? ¿Quién soy? Yo soy una hermana, una tía, una esposa, y una madre y una abuela. Who went back to school, que fue atrás para la escuela a la edad de 50 años, at the age of 59. When I was all of above, cuando era todo eso, I became a student too, y me volví una estudiante también. That was my choice. Esa era mi decisión. Now it's my choice to become what I want. Ahora es mi decisión para hacer lo que yo quiero. That's my speech. Thank you. We have all came a long road. Hemos venido un camino largo. We have had our ups and downs. Hemos tenido el camino de subida y bajada. It took us hard work to come to this point. Los tomaron un trabajo duro para venir en este punto. Ahora ya sabemos qué decisión vamos a agarrar. We now know what it takes us to overcome what we want. I asked my teacher what was her oldest student. Yo le pregunté a mi maestra cuál es su mayor estudiante. She told me that she was 80 years old. Me dijo que era una estudiante que tenía 80 años. If she could do it, why not me? Si ella podía, ¿por qué yo no? There is no age to go to school. No hay una edad para ir para la escuela. Finish what you started. Termina lo que comenzó. It took me 43 years to finish what I started. Me tuvo 43 años para terminar lo que comencé. Sí se puede. Yes, it can be done. God bless you all. I would like to thank my husband, my son, and my daughter, my sisters too. I also would like to thank Principal Karen and Vice Principal Hazel, most of all, I would like to thank my teacher, Julian Mass. Thank you. Oh, and our next speaker, Melissa.
Hello everybody, my name is Melissa Carlson, and I'm going to share with you maybe go. Okay, I want to start off by saying I am very grateful to be standing up here today. I never thought this was possible for me. I say that because around 2011, I decided it would be such a great idea to drop out of high school. At the time, I only needed 50 credits to graduate. Yeah, just 50. I was about to turn 18 in a week, and I wanted to take on the world by myself with no parents, rules, or chores. I thought I was a perfectly responsible adult. I went on to live with a friend in Napa who unfortunately ended up losing his apartment shortly after. And let me tell you, I was still set on not returning home. I ended up staying at the shelter in Napa. During my stay, I met a guy named David. He was significantly older than me. We started spending a lot of time together. I was astounded by the way he was treating me. It was amazing. He made me feel like I was on top of the world. It's crazy to think he made me feel that way. Then in a short couple months, he made me feel like I wanted to be 6 feet under. When David and I left the shelter, he introduced me to the thing that I now hate with a passion, meth. That's when it started my newfound drug addiction. I dropped everything for meth, and it took much more from me in return. I was subjected to emotional and physical abuse for about 3 years. He made me cut off all contact with my family and social media. I was not allowed to have a cell phone. I was able to call my parents maybe a couple times a month, only if I was lucky. He would then supervise my phone calls. As I grew deeper into my addiction, I did a lot of stealing because that was my job, per David. He would push me around when he got upset. I thought nothing of it. It started from pushing, tripping, restraining, choking, and then hitting. But I recall to this day the scariest night of my life. We were walking on the river trail, and he was angrily going off on a drug-induced psychosis. He started choking me, cutting off circulation in my neck until I woke up convulsing on the ground, and he was yelling at me to stop faking it. The drug-fueled assault continued that day. I woke up the next morning with my face swollen, discolored, and my pants soiled. I've been in jail 5 times up to this point. Jail was my safe space away from David. Even though I always went back to him, I was under the illusion that my life depended on him. Shortly after I found out I was pregnant with my first child, Anastasia, I ended up back in jail again. I spent my whole pregnancy behind bars. I went to the hospital when it was time to deliver Anna while in custody. Since I was still incarcerated, I had to give Anna to my parents until I was released. When I returned home, I started feeling bad for David because he hadn't seen his daughter. My terms of probation prohibited me from being around him. So what did I do? I went to Napa to see David and let him meet his daughter. CPS found out and took Anna away. They put her in the system. I was only allowed supervised visits with her. During one of the first visits, I met the foster mom, Rachel. I wanted to hate this woman with a passion because she had my daughter. In time, though, I befriended her and realized how lucky Anna and I were. She had my back through each visit and wanted me to get better. I was late to one visit due to traffic, and CPS canceled my visit. Rachel called me and told me she was going to head home with Anna, but stop at the Starbucks on the way home. Coffee did sound nice at the time, so I decided to stop at Starbucks as well. Conveniently, it was the Starbucks they were at too. CPS finalize the adoption to Rachel because I was still deemed unfit at the time. I am so grateful, though, because Rachel gives Anna the life I wasn't able to. I get to pick her up for day trips every now and then, and she even gets to stay the night with me. She also loves spending time with her 4-year-old brother, Liam. I'm blessed that Anna lovingly calls me Mom. Now, after all this time, I decided to go back to school to get my diploma because it was a goal of mine. After long days of being a mom to Liam, studying, and doing lessons, I achieved my goal. I am now a high school graduate at 27 years old, and I am no longer ashamed of that. I am also a married woman to my high school crush. Reflecting back, I like to think I have improved my life greatly, and I am so excited and happy to be up here today. I'm so excited to be able to go to college now in the fall to become a social worker. I want to help families and bring them back together. I think I will be a great fit for that since I have firsthand experience. But I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for the teachers and staff at Woodland Adult Ed, so I am forever grateful for them, especially for Joyanne, who is no longer here, and for Julie Mast and Karen Liu. They have pushed me in ways that I needed to get this diploma, and now I am here with my diploma. Thank you for listening to my story. It's okay. Our next student speaker is Rikita Carter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I am glad class of 2021 we did that. So yes, kudos to us. I want to start off by thanking my wonderful teachers, Noreen and Nina. They worked really, really hard, and I've never had teachers so invested and just really making sure that you get what you need to get and so that you can succeed and move ahead. So I'm truly thankful for that. I'm definitely thankful to Karen because I met her when I first came in for orientation and I only had 17 credits. And she told me, she was like, I know that you can do it. And that really stuck with me the whole time through. It has been such a fight because I too am a mother and I dropped out of school when I had my oldest son and I worked. So, and I, lived life. So it's a blessing for all of the mothers that came back and decided to get their diploma. I know that that has to been a lot of work, and then it's really just awesome that you guys did that. Also to all of the class members, I'm truly happy that you guys have graduated. You guys have completed what you have done. We've done it in a pandemic. We have created history. Nobody's seen this coming, but we persevered, and our resilience shows today, and our hard work and everything paid off. And I'm just truly grateful and blessed to have this opportunity to be able to speak and to be able to graduate with all the wonderful people that are here and all of the support system, because it's not the easiest thing to do, but we did it. And so just do not ever be afraid. Always reach high and aim high for your goals. It's only up from here. I'm excited for the next chapter of all of our lives, and I pray that it's great and that you guys have many blessings and favor over your life. That's it. I'm sorry. And my next speaker would be Ana Diaz Palacios. I'm sorry if I butchered your name.
And just to give you a quick program change, we did have Christy Klein scheduled to speak. However, she was not able to speak this evening, so we will go ahead and have Anna give her speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna. I was born in Mexico. At a very young age, I had to stop going to school. At 15, we moved to live to Woodland. I started to going to school here, but it was too hard for me because of the language, meeting new people, plus I had a baby. I tried 3 times to get my diploma here at adult education. The first 2 times I stopped because it was hard because of the language again. But thanks to my oldest son, Diego, who encouraged me a lot, here I am today, getting one of my dreams done, getting my diploma. Getting my diploma was one of my biggest dreams since I was little. I love school. I just want to say thank you to Dean, my teacher, who helped me a lot, to my family for all the support, and to my 2 sons, Diego and Johnny, for all the help. I'm so grateful to live in this country. Here we can dream and accomplish our dreams. We have so many opportunities here, and I'm going to keep working on my dreams. Stay close to people who inspires you and never, never stop dreaming. And I want to say thank you to my husband because he's been a big, big support. And thank you to my mom too because she's always there to help me. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing your inspirational stories with us this evening. You did not let your difficulties define you, and you were able to overcome your obstacles. And again, I'm so proud of you. Your stories, they are inspirational. So I hope if anybody out in the audience or anyone hears this, that you would share or that it would touch your heart as well and hopefully impact and make a change in your life. It is now time for the presentation of our Helen Nash Scholarship Awards. Tracy Kitts and Eric Banuelos are our scholarship committee members in addition to myself. Tracy and Eric, would each of you please come to one of the podiums? Students, tonight we are presenting 4 scholarships. When your name is announced, please come to the stage and I will hand you your award envelope, and then you will exit down the middle of the stage.
All right, our first recipient of this scholarship goes to Melissa Carlson. Melissa is receiving a $2,500 scholarship.
All right, the second person recipient of this scholarship is Rikita Carter, recipient of $2,500 scholarship.
Our next recipient of the scholarship is Molly Cantrell. Molly is receiving a scholarship for $1,500.
All right, and our last recipient of this scholarship is Alyssa Hefflin. Alyssa is the recipient of $1,000 scholarship.
Okay, so I know that we just violated probably a social distancing guideline, but I am vaccinated and I felt comfortable hugging these girls. So anybody, please accept my apology if I offended you by that. You've heard by the stories that these ladies have shared, we have a history. So I felt that we needed a hug and they needed to give me one. So I hope you understand. Thank you to Tracy and Eric for helping me present our scholarships. These were the Helen Nash Memorial Scholarships. You can learn more about Helen, her life, and her legacy in our graduation or our commencement program for this evening. So now we have arrived at the moment that we are all assembled for. We are going to have the presentation of our diplomas and the declaration of graduate status. To our guests in the stadium seats, after the students are declared graduates and they begin the recessional, I ask that you please do not merge onto the field. In accordance with CDPH guidelines, we ask that you exit your seats in an orderly fashion, row by row, and wait for your graduate outside the stadium. So folks, you will exit out this way and you can meet your graduates behind the bleachers. There'll be plenty of opportunity for photos. At this time, I would like to call to the podiums Lisa Patterson and Brenda Harris. They are going to do the roll call of our graduates. Ladies.
So our first graduate is Erica Lizeth Amaya Lopez.
Our second graduate is Nelly Odette Franco.
Our next graduate is Adela Avalos.
Our next graduate is Cody Hale Fortner.
Our next graduate is Molly Elizabeth Cantrell.
Our next graduate is Alyssa Christine Hefflin.
Our next graduate is Melissa Elizabeth Carlson.
The next graduate is Faith Serenity Heselton.
Our next graduate is Rikita Carter.
Our next graduate is Gigi Marie Grace Humlick.
Congratulations, Rikita.
Our next graduate is Christy Nicole Klein.
Our next graduate is Alondra Adilene Iglesias.
Our next graduate is Ana Diaz Palacios.
Very back row, straighten out there. Thank you. I just want to welcome
Our next graduate is Eveline Leon.
Our next graduate is Lily A. Elias.
congratulations.
Our next graduate is Mandy Lee Hadaka.
No.
Our next graduate is Layla Smith.
So everyone, I hope you have joined this evening. I hope that it has blessed you as much as it has me. Again, graduates, I would just like to say, great job. Doing this anytime is amazing, but doing this under the conditions that you had to do it during the pandemic was quite a challenge. Your teachers and I have learned to give ourselves grace, to be flexible, and to be kind to ourselves. And I know that we've instilled that in you. I also learned that I consider her to be a mentor, and I would like to thank her. Elodia Ortega Lampkin, thank you for your leadership and your guidance. Now, graduates of the class of 2021, please rise, signifying your status as a high school graduate. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege. It is my privilege to present to you Woodland Adult Education's graduating class of 2021. Congratulations, everybody.